Alright guys, that took a while. That actually took an hour and a half, which is definitely much longer than the regular calls we usually have. Alright guys, so the vlog started a bit late today because I had to do more planning in the morning. So I'm trying to plan out these vlogs more because I'm not a big believer in just winging it anymore. Although it feels good, it's kind of like what I'm drawn to. I'm just inclined towards winging things sometimes. It's lunchtime, it's around 1:30. I have a meeting at 2, so I'm gonna have to finish this off really quickly. So I was going to make a video today about communication and what that means to me, and how I try to use my understanding of communication to ensure that both my CTO and I are always on the same page and are always making efforts towards the same goal. But first, let's define what communication means. To me, it means saying something with a purpose, with an intent. If you're just throwing things out there, that's not really communication. That's just throwing things out there. That's just talking. That's just chatting. It's not really what you want to be doing when you're in a business meeting, when you're trying to build a startup with someone else. Instead, you want to make sure that everything is really focused. Everything should be focused on something that matters in moving the needle. And for effective communication, you need to know exactly what the point of what you're saying is. Why does it matter? Who is it for? And what are you trying to do with it? Are you trying to inspire a feeling? Are you trying to create an idea in someone's mind? Are you trying to motivate an action? Why are you saying what you're saying? And that's something that's really important when it comes to building a startup, an early stage startup, especially because you have limited resources and limited time. Everything should have a point. All your actions should be focused on a few areas. I mean, the point of focus is to sacrifice everything that doesn't matter and focus on only that which matters. And to ensure you do that, you have to be very concise and very purposeful with your communication. Communication is so important when it comes to an early stage startup because you have limited time, you have limited resources, and you want to make sure that the people on your team are focusing on the same things you're focusing on, at least when it comes to goals. I mean, they might be doing something else, but when it comes to goals, you guys have to be completely aligned on where you guys are trying to go. Which next milestone are you guys trying to get to? And this applies to even slightly larger companies, maybe still early stage startups, but startups with larger teams, maybe 10, 20, 30 people. You have to know where exactly you're going, and you have to know if your people know where they're going. Like, do they know what they're working towards? Because if they don't, how exactly are they going to know what to do next? And the way to do that is to communicate properly with intention where exactly the company is headed. And you have to know that as well. If you don't know that, how can you communicate that? How can you, with intent, with purpose, communicate where the company is going if you yourself don't know and you're just winging it yourself? Which is something I highly advise against because it can create such wastage in resources and it can really demoralize your team. So that's really what I have to say about communication. That was what I was going to make a video about today, but instead I'm just going to do this vlog because it's more conversational, it's more about, it's more realistic, it's less infomercial, less informational, in the sense that it's less contrived, is really what I'm trying to say. But I'm gonna finish this food now, and if you guys haven't seen it already, it is this huge plate of pasta. I usually try to eat a lot during lunch and less during dinner. You should try that as well, especially if you're working from home. And then, yeah, I will talk to you guys in a bit. All right, so I just finished with work. Today was a pretty long day again. It was long in the sense that there were a lot of different tasks I had to do, and they were all somewhat unrelated. So that's usually why sometimes my days feel long. But now that's over, it's time to talk to my CTO. We'll be talking about the two users we currently have. And I'll also be talking about a new set of product features that I'll be working on. So that's my MVP. And right now I am manually adding users. Not manually adding users. Manually adding contacts for my users to reach out to. So you gotta be scrappy. In case you were wondering why I'm doing this. I haven't built out the technology yet to automate this process of sourcing contacts for my users to reach out to. And just for some context, the idea behind the DM Club is to provide you with a list of contacts, a list of people that you might want to know based on the industry that you're interested in and the job or internship you're looking for. And it's designed to help build a daily habit to network for those who are interested in a long-term networking habit. That's what the DM Club does. And that's why I'm feeding my users around 5 to 7 LinkedIn contacts every single day. What they do is they then send each person a message and then they hope for a reply. And so far it's actually been working pretty well for the people who are using this. I've had 2 users already get 2 phone calls each from the people they've reached out to. So that's around like a success rate of 10-20%, which is actually a pretty good rate of success considering the success rate of job applications. So I'm pretty happy right now with the progress, but let me finish this off before I talk to my CTO. In case I get distracted. I already got distracted. Yeah. It's done. Yeah, it's done. So as you can see, I still have 8 Reddit comments to reply to. I think it's in response to a thread that I posted to the financial career subreddit. So I am definitely going to reply to each and every one of those comments. That's what you should do when you're posting threads to subreddits. You should be engaging with the people who engage with you. If they give you something, give them something back. Always have the ball in their court. Always have the ball in their court. Always remember that. Always have the ball in their court. Make them feel valued. Listen to them, for they might teach you something that you didn't know. As right now, I'm actually learning about how to cold email if you're in finance as a way to build your network. So that was actually the point of the thread. I was asking people about whether they prefer LinkedIn messages or cold emails. It's actually been getting quite a few upvotes and getting a lot of visibility. And this kind of reminds me of this post I actually made a couple of days ago about LinkedIn DMs and this outreach template that I shared, which got Reddit Silver. And that got me a ton of engagement and quite a few new quite a few new subredditors. A lot of people joined my subreddit, The Art of DM. So now that community is actually growing, which is great because it means I get to engage with more people, talk to them more about the problems they have, and see if the DM Club can solve their problems. I'll talk more about this later, but right now I just really need to. My CTO is waiting for me and I shouldn't be late, so I am going to be talking to my CTO now. Alright guys, that took a while. That actually took an hour and a half, which is definitely much longer than the regular calls we usually have. And now it is time for some dinner, as well as a quick phone call. And I think I'm just gonna end the vlog here. Tonight I'll just be doing editing. I'll also be writing up the notes that I should be writing up for each of these meetings. And yeah, we're making some good progress. We have actually pivoted in the solution space, which is what you should really be expecting to be doing when you are starting a startup. You should always hold on to your product loosely, but hold on to the problem that you're solving for your user and the user that you have tightly. Refrain from changing the problem you're focusing on and changing the user. Instead, focus on the product and changing it, refining it, pivoting so that you can better serve your users. So with that, thanks again for, I will leave you with that. So let me leave you with that, and I will see you in tomorrow's vlog. And if you like this video, smash the like button. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.